what up, though? It's your boy Jason Jamerson, and welcome to the Jason Jamerson podcast. With me, as always, my man 100 grand, my cousin, Kev BJ. What's going on, Kev?
What up, though? What up, though? How you
Not
doing?
much. Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel like we got some addressing to do. We ain't been on here in a long time, and I think a long time ago we wasn't on here for a long time, and I told everybody this won't happen again, and then it happened again. So
Well, talk to him.
hey, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize to anybody who was faithfully watching the Jason Jamerson podcast, watching it live, or watching it after after it aired. I apologize. Life got busy. As y'all know, I'm a personal trainer also, and I was blowing the roof off the building for a while. And I to the point where I actually had to calm my schedule down because priorities was getting mixed up. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of training, and I wasn't able to do anything for myself. I was burning myself out. So I ended up talking to a therapist. Therapist recommended that I cut my time down. Let me tell you how it's funny how God works. As soon as I start cutting my times down, my availability down, and raising my prices, start getting more people anyways. So it's crazy because I was extending my hours and had my still lower prices at first, but then I cut my hours and raised my prices, and I got more people that way than I did when I had lower prices. So that's wild. Ain't that crazy how it is sometimes? The more money you charge, the more people show up.
Hey, man, they say keep it simple, and those supply and demand, and supply your time and demand your time. You know what I'm saying? And your sanity. So it seems like you got it together. You got that optimal outcome, and I'm
Oh
happy
yeah,
for you.
yeah, man. You see, I'm coming straight from the gym right now. You see, I'm wearing this Gym Shark. I'm backwards in there, wearing this Gym Shark shirt. You know, so I'm coming straight from the gym, straight from work to here. What's been going on with you, Kev?
Well, before we get started, I would say I definitely missed the show. I missed the people and the comments and everything. More importantly, I missed you, man. Um, we were just talking earlier. You're like my best friend growing up. So, we haven't been able to hang out. And so being able to do this is always dope. I look forward to it, no matter what the day is. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I missed you too, man. I missed you too. I'm sitting there like I got to call my cousin because I most definitely just said, hey, next few Mondays I'm gonna be a little busy, and then that turned into like 3 months. So
No, that's all up. But I've been doing good, man. Staying out the way, just putting my head down and things like that. My family's good. My mom's birthday was last month, and we got to celebrate
hey,
with her in a special way, which was fun. And then I'm looking forward to it warming up. As y'all know, I like to golf. I like to hoop. So I'm looking for more opportunities to do that.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, man. It was 50 degrees. We was able to open up the garage door at the gym today, and I was ecstatic.
Oh no, you rushing it, brother. Come on
Hey,
now.
man, listen, when there's that many bodies in there moving around, it get hot quick.
Okay, that's
It
fair as
get
well.
hot quick. So we opened up that garage door. I mean, it was what, 50 degrees? It was 50 and sunny. So that sun make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That sun make a huge difference. But yeah, man. Yeah. So for all the viewers who are watching, I know y'all or that will end up watching this at some point. I know y'all were wondering why we are here on a Tuesday. It's because we're here on a Tuesday now. We have moved from Mondays to Tuesdays. Tuesday at 8 p.m. is where you can catch us on the Jason Experience page from now on for the Jason Jamerson podcast.
Absolutely. Yo, man, it's March 13th, and I know we're halfway through, but just want to say happy Women's History Month to all the ladies out there, to your sisters, your cousins, your aunties, your mama, your lady, or however people want to identify. Happy Women's History Month to y'all. It's a good month. There's a lot of history that's been made so far this month. Not alone
Absolutely.
the history,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is Women's History Month. Happy Women's History Month to all y'all ladies out there. All you ladies. Happy Women's History Month.
Yeah. So speaking of Women's History Month, we have a Black Supreme Court Justice nominee, the first female and woman and Black person being a woman who is Black to be nominated. And she's from Miami. You know what I mean?
Oh, she from Miami?
Yeah, well, from Miami.
Oh, it's the Senate about to be lit. Let me tell you that much.
Hey, they're gonna. Hey, I can see the connections. Well connected. She went to Harvard as well, and so elite city, one of the elite educational places as well. And I'm really excited. I kind of looked at her resume a little bit. She's smart, she's tough, and I think we definitely need that diversity, that perspective, but also someone who's capable of doing something at the Supreme Court.
Absolutely. I completely agree. You said she from Miami. She about to have Rick Ross up in
Hey. Grunt up in there.
Yeah, nah, that's dope though. That's dope. One thing I know we didn't even discuss this in our pre-show meeting, but Women's History Month, I do want to send my prayers out to Brittany Griner out there in Russia. And I do think that
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people were asking like, why was she over there in Russia? And it's really messed up all around. And it stems from even before she got detained. The whole reason she's over there is because she has to play overseas during the off season, because they don't get paid as much, as the NBA, which, you can say, they don't generate as much revenue or whatnot. But at the same time, something like this happens because of the fact that apparently she's not getting paid enough to, maintain her style of living. And so she has to go overseas, play for the season. Now, did she break a law? I believe she did with the vape, but especially during this time with the unrest over there, prayers out to Brittany Griner. Hopefully she can get out of there and get back stateside as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You was about to say something else though. I know I kind of cut you off.
I was gonna ask you, you say you took time off, took some mental health and things like that. What's been the positives or what's been the fruits of that type of bereavement?
You know what? It was my therapist asked me a question, and that question hit me like a ton of bricks. My therapist asked me, "What do you do for you that brings you joy?" Not with anybody else, but what do you do by yourself for yourself that brings you joy? I couldn't think of a doggone thing, bro. I couldn't think of nothing. Everything I do that brings me that I could think of had something to do with either helping somebody else out or involving somebody else, doing something for somebody else. And so when she asked me that, and I was just like, yeah, she kept saying like, no, not that. Give me something else, something that for you, that you do for you by yourself. And the only thing I can think of was maybe play Madden here and there. And so she was like, what you need to do is start taking, what she suggested. She didn't tell me what I need to do. She suggested I take a self-care day. So, from now on, Wednesdays are now my self-care day.
Okay.
It's been about 2 weeks. It's somebody like me who is always doing something for somebody. It's hard for me to get into the whole self-care thing because like the first this tomorrow is supposed to be the third week, and then hopefully I can actually make it an actual self-care day because the first week I worked a half day. I stayed up at the gym talking. Next thing I know, it's time for me to pick up my daughter from school. The week after that, which was last week, I can't recall exactly what I did. Oh, I went and got a lineup, which you can say is self-care, but that's also a necessity when
performing and entertaining.
Yeah. And just when you're Black, you know what I'm saying? You African American, you gotta have that fresh lineup, you know what I'm saying? So right. I went and got a lineup. After I got my lineup, I ended up having to pick my daughter up. And so Tomorrow, I'm gonna need y'all. Anybody who's watching, I'm gonna need y'all to hold me to this from the hours of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I need y'all to text me and make sure I ain't doing nothing with nobody else or for somebody else. Hold me accountable to my self-care. Otherwise, I'm gonna be out here helping somebody move or something like that. Just that's just how I am. Somebody asks me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no, hey, you really get held accountable to helping people move if you own a pickup. Anything with a flatbed, people hit you up out of the blue.
Absolutely, that's exactly what. Nobody's done it yet because it's been cold outside. But yeah, I'm retired from helping people move though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drive the truck, but I ain't helping nobody carry nothing no more.
Yo, you seen Black Panther, right?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, sir.
So are you familiar with the director?
Ryan Coogler.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So Ryan Coogler went to his bank in Atlanta. Wanted to be very discreet. Wrote the teller a note. Hey, I like to withdraw. I think it was maybe $12,000.
$12,000.
Yeah. I want to be discreet. Slipped her the note, and she believed that he was trying to rob the place. And so she communicated with whoever she needed to communicate to say, like, hey, it's a threat. Someone's stealing, whatever's happening. So he was detained. He was detained initially. I don't know if it got to him being arrested exactly, but he was in handcuffs, and really not a good situation and a good look for the bank, the teller. Also for him, that's probably a very traumatic experience. That hurts. I'm sure I've been in situations like that myself. So I just want to know if you heard about it. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I did hear about it. At first I was blaming the teller a lot. I was like, why would she do that? Slipped her the note, had slipped the ID and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
His penmanship wasn't the best, but
right.
Hey.
Right. I write like a doctor. I write stuff. It looked like a prescription. But I will say, to me, it got messed up when the cops got there, because she did. If she thought it was a threat, she thought it was a threat. She did what she was trained to do. Okay. When the cops got there, it should not have gone. Once he was able to clear things up, this is my ID. Take my mask down. This is me. All I was trying to do was withdraw some money. It didn't say give me all your money. It's my account information and stuff on there, and they still put him in handcuffs. That's when it got that's when it got very unnecessary to me. He got detained and everything.
I appreciate the empathy for the teller. Like, I don't know. I mean, she could have experienced this before. I don't know, like, the context that she may have. So I do appreciate that empathy and not being one-sided. But yeah, I do think there should have been opportunities for him to clear it up before it escalated and got to those things. However,
absolutely.
I also know most police protocol is immediate perceived threat, especially in a situation, a place like that. They detain and get the person first before they start listening and asking questions. And I don't think that's the best policy, obviously, in a community, especially a Black community. I don't know that part of Atlanta very much, but I know Atlanta well enough.
Right.
I do think there should have been a little bit more there, especially just based on what's happening in our communities right now.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching this video on YouTube where it was an actual bank robber breaking down movie scenes where people robbed the bank to see like if it was realistic. It was a dude.
That's on YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube. It's a dude. He had robbed a bunch of banks, and then
he's been convicted of doing so.
Yeah, well, now he works with the FBI. Now he got arrested. Okay, they finally caught him, and then I guess he cut a deal to not do as much jail time if he helped them, do that. So there's just a bunch of movies that came out that he was just breaking down the film and when the banks were getting robbed. And there's one movie called, I haven't seen the movie, but I believe it's called Cherry. It's with Tom Holland, the dude who plays Spider-Man. And he said he had the most accurate depiction of how most banks get robbed, which was they just write a note, slip it to the teller and say, I have a gun, give me everything in your drawer.
Okay.
So, hearing that before, once again, I can understand to some degree. To some degree, I can understand why the teller, especially if maybe the bank had been robbed before. I don't know. Maybe it's an easy bank to rob or something. So that maybe they got hit like 5 times. So she saw the note, and maybe she was like, "Oh, he's saying give me all the money." But what robber is going to give you a note and his ID at the same time? So, and that to that degree is like, yeah, she was tripping. Yeah, I'm like, hi, I'm Ryan. I'm here to rob you. Like, I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, no, I would definitely say, like, once the officers got there, especially for how long it went, it shouldn't
Yeah.
have went as long as it did.
Well, so one last fact we can move on is that I believe the lady was a black woman as well, and so
Mhm.
even adding that layer to it, it makes me definitely a lot more disappointed within there.
Absolutely.
Really seeing that. But like we said, we don't know the context of her subjectivity, so I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But this seems like a lot of other stories we've heard before as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it was all wrong. Just trying to see from her point of view, just from hearing that one bank robber who was
Yep.
talking on YouTube, and then from just her possibly having the bank being robbed before. That's just it's still messed up though. Still
Yeah.
messed up. Oh, we have a comment from Devontae Jordan. He apparently is off from Taco Bell tonight. He actually used to be a banker. He said it's not uncommon for customers to write down the denomination of how they want their cash, which
Okay.
is true. I most definitely, every time I go to the bank, I tell them I want my 20 and all singles. That whole 20 that I'm taking out my account. I don't go to the ATM. I want them to see the face to this account for that hot Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, but yeah, like I said, I think she could have conducted herself better. The officers definitely could have conducted the things better, because once again, having them in handcuffs and for as long as it went, it was unnecessary.
What up, though, Devontae?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I got some. Well, actually, also real quick, rest in peace, Scott Hall, the wrestler Razor Ramon, died yesterday, and it happened very quickly. I saw it on Bleacher Report. Like 1 second they said he was on life support. The next second, they were saying that they were taking him off of life support as soon as his family got there. I remember, for back in the day, I was a huge wrestling fan back in the
Yeah, I
day. I
remember.
remember, yeah, he's one of the founder members of the NWO. I ain't have cable to watch the NWO like that. But whenever I went to grandma's house, we would always try to watch Nitro on Monday night to see him, flicking the toothpick and all that good
Grandma
stuff.
had cable. What you talking about?
Yeah, grandma had cable. That's the only time I watched cable.
Man, Grandma ain't had cable in a long time, brother.
Back then she did. Back
Dang.
then she had that old what kind of cable was that? They had that big old gray box. I can't remember what it's called, but she had that cable. That junk, yeah, that's why we always wanted to go to grandma's house. We're like, can grandma babysit us? And we just go over there and watch Nickelodeon all day.
Yeah, every time I go to grandma's house is channel 2, channel 4, channel 7, channel
Oh,
62.
she got cable, she just don't use it. She got Barton cable. Thank you, Devontae. She had that Barton cable. But yeah, no, she got cable. She just watched. All she do is watch the news and her stories. That's it.
I wanted to ask you about the NBA top 75 list. Anybody you thought was left off the list?
There's a few people left off the list.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, Tracy McGrady was not on that list.
Who are you taking off the list for Tracy McGrady?
Man, listen, I'm gonna have to pull the list up so I can say who to take off the list. And I think I will. I think I will, because There were some people. So it's like Tracy McGrady. I personally, I don't know if you know this, but Vince Carter is my favorite basketball player of all time.
And they're cousins.
Yes. I think he should have been on there also.
You think Vince Carter should have been on there over Tracy
Absolutely.
McGrady or as well as
I think as well.
You might have a little bit more generational bias then, in my opinion.
I wouldn't necessarily say a generational bias. It's just the fact that like people forget Vince Carter, he's known for his dunks. Vince Carter balled out.
But is he top 75? That's all we're saying. These are the 75 best people ever.
All right, so I'm looking at this top 75 list.
Plus.
I will most definitely take Anthony Davis off that list and put T-Mac on there.
Okay. And for what reason?
Because all he did was get injured.
So you're saying that
they the same person, except T-Mac, in my opinion, was better. T-Mac, they both got injured all the time. And they both of them had glass ankles and glass knees.
Wow. Well,
I would definitely put him on there over Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, although you can say he has a ring, but if you ask me and a few other people I know, that ring has an asterisk next to it because he was injured before the lockout or before the shutdown for quarantine. And had they not shut the NBA down, they would have lost a lot of games and probably would have missed the playoffs anyway. But instead, the shutdown let him get healthy. He comes in, everything, everything changes. But if the season played this course out, I personally don't believe they would have won. And then the way they played since then just helps prove my point.
Outside of Anthony Davis,
let's see.
Who else would you remove?
I don't, only because of last year, I don't want to say Giannis. Giannis is cold. Giannis is super cold. It is very early for Giannis, though, because he had what he got. What is that? 2 MVPs now? Or does he have 1 MVP?
I feel like there's one.
I know he got a ring, so I can't take him off. Who else on here?
I don't know.
I put Vince Carter over James Harden, top 75 at the moment. Now, at the end of Harden's career, maybe something different. Right now, Harden disappears in the playoffs. I'll definitely put Vince Carter over James Harden.
Okay. I think I may agree with your Anthony Davis comment for a different reason. I just think he hasn't done it long enough to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the greatest, but they might be defining greatness as one point in time versus over periods of time, right? And so I think that's why I think very similar argument structure to like the MVP. But Giannis, I would give the same thing. Not enough, but
really?
I see Giannis in there. I'm not wrong. I don't think Giannis is wrong. I do think Tracy McGrady should be in there. But my thing is, a lot of people try to remove older players who are outside of their generation, and they didn't watch them play or they didn't do the homework to see actually all those people. So I don't think that's fair to remove. I think you can only remove someone you know how they play. You know what I mean? You've seen them play. That's like the rule for me. And it's very hard for me to remove most of these players.
Yeah. I would also put Vince Carter in there over Damian Lillard.
Okay. I think Damian Lillard, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Who else we got on here? I think everybody else seems to be. I don't really have an issue with too many of these other people.
We got Dave Bing in there. Shout out to Dave Bing.
Dave Bing. Oh, most definitely. I don't know who exactly it will be, but take Westbrook out of there. Top 75. I get it. He's Mr. Triple-Double. But what else has he done? And what did he have to do to get those triple-doubles? And Westbrook was my guy. You can ask Devontae, anybody. Westbrook was my guy, but I'm not putting Russell Westbrook in the top 75 players all time.
Okay.
I don't know who I'll put. I mean, both of the people who I just said I put over him. But
so in 25 years, they're gonna do a top 100, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you think people can get kicked out of this?
It's a very good possibility. People,
like you were in the top 75, but do you guarantee your spot? And there's only 25 new spots, or is there
I
a
don't
new
think so.
people can flex in and out? You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think there are a few people who can get kicked out. I think if Anthony Davis stays with this injury bug, there's a very good chance he's gonna get kicked. He could get kicked out. Depending on how all these other players, because there's a lot of good younger players coming up. I think well, you know what? James Harden is very low key, but James Harden, I think, is like number 3 or number 4 on the all-time 3-pointer list now. Or I think number 4 or number 5.
Okay.
He's creeping up there very quietly, but it's all this training. If he's gonna have to get a ring at some point for him to stay up there, unless some of these other players just fall off a cliff, skill wise.
Yeah.
But that's what I personally think. Devontae said, he said a lot. Vince Carter also disappeared in the playoffs because he didn't go often. That's because Devontae is a David Black fan. He said he would put Russ up there. I don't agree, but to each his own.
Also, that may be last comment about this. A regional bias too, right? Like we get programmed to like certain players more based on who gets the primetime matchup, who you're seeing in your marketing, your conference, and stuff like that. And I acknowledge that I haven't watched a lot of Westbrook games. I know he's getting the stats. I like how he plays when I watch him though. So I think people hate on him as well.
At this point, I don't know if it's much hate because he is not necessarily I don't think he's necessarily playing to back up his place on the list. Before, I definitely thought so. I thought he played very he played aggressive. I like the way he played. I like how he attacked the rim. I always like athletic guards.
Yeah. It also reminds me of like how players like Carmelo Anthony and others, just notably him, just had to change. They had a struggle with changing their game, like more seamlessly, or just how you think of them. And so that might be what it is. He could probably still be a long-term person, but really has evolved versus like Chris Paul and people like that evolved and still perform, generally speaking, more consistently or at a higher level or meeting expectations.
Yeah. I think now I almost said Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is probably the epitome of a point guard. So I'm like, it would definitely help his case if he got a ring. I actually wanted him to get a ring last year, but point. I need Chris Paul to get him a ring. Staying in the same lane of sports though, NFL free agency, the second best time of the year, second only to the NFL season is going on, and this is actually one of the wildest off seasons. I know we're talking a lot about sports on this episode, but hey, we've been talking a little bit about everything. We've been gone for 3 months. We got a lot to say. This is I'm an NFL person for real, and there's been a lot of stuff going on this off season. Tom Brady retired and unretired within a month. He got tired of sitting at home with his children, I would assume. I'm sure you've seen the skits and the jokes about it where he's, they say, he was sitting down, his son showed him how the new math was, asking him to help him with homework. He said, I'm calling the coach back up. Because that new math something different. Tom Brady, Russell Wilson got traded to the Broncos. Russell Wilson got traded to the Denver Broncos. I'm partial to the Lions. The Lions, what I've noticed is the Lions are re-signing a lot of players for a lot less than what they were projected to sign for if they really hit the free agent market. And that just shows how they've really bought into the Detroit Lions' new head coach's philosophy and whatnot. Because people signing 1-year deals and a lot of them are incentive based. So it's like they're worth up to like 12 million or whatever, but the base is only like half of that. The other half comes based off of touchdowns, receptions, yards. Like if you hit X amount. Aaron Rodgers went back to the Green Bay Packers for a ridiculous amount of money. His contract is also, the first half is guaranteed. The second half is guaranteed based on injuries. Based on injuries. If he doesn't get injured, he signed 4 years, $150 million, $150.6 million.
Okay.
If he doesn't get injured, then he gets the money. If he does get injured, then I don't know how much he doesn't get, but
how are they defining injuries? Do you know?
I'm assuming time off. Like if he misses games due to injuries, because if he plays through them, then if they still win, he plays through them. I wouldn't assume they're going to take money away, because really, if he gets hurt, 9 times out of 10, it's the offensive line's fault. So, yeah. Devontae said incentive-based contracts are only good for superstars. I agree. If you are a superstar, that's the best case for you. If you are the front office and you can get somebody who's not a superstar to sign up for one of them, then you are just a very smart negotiator. Because if you're not a superstar and you're like, oh, if you get over 1,000 yards, we'll give you a $2 million bonus. You're probably not getting too many balls thrown your way, so you're not going to get to that 1,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's very it's very smart on the front office's part, if you ask me. But yeah. So what happened yesterday though? There was a wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals. I want to say he was like the second or third option. He was a free agent, and he signed to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a contract that's worth up to $84 million, right? A lot more than all the top receivers right now. And so that's really about to change the market for the wide receivers. A lot of wide receivers who got franchise tag, who were supposed to play under the franchise tag, are saying they're not playing under the franchise tag because they want money like he got money. And he's not, once again, wasn't even a superstar. He wasn't even the number one receiver on the team. And I think it was like 5 years. The base salary is 5 years, $72 million. It can get up to $84 million based off of performance incentives. So,
yeah, I mean, hey, that's a testament to growth and inflation.
Right.
Speaking of inflation, what's your gas bill looking like?
Man, I got this doggone truck. I don't want to talk about it.
Well,
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, inflation has reached a 40-year high here in the United States. Last year it was like 7.9%. So if you're not making more than 7.9% more than the money you made last year, you losing money. You know what I mean? Like that's essentially what it is. So we got to get our spending and our habits together. But so I mean, I'm sure that's why he's asking for more as well.
It has to be. Well, so I'm sure anybody would ask for that much. The fact they gave it to him is the thing, because it's the first day of free agency. They could have made him wait, and he would have dropped his price, because it's like he's not a top receiver.
That sets the floor that sets the tone for the season.
That sets the tone for everybody. Oh, most definitely. I was watching I think it was a podcast with Gilbert Arenas was on it, and he was talking about how players in the NBA, which I'm sure is the same as the NFL, how they act when they have incentive-based contracts, where where you'll see in basketball, you'll see somebody with a wide open layup and they won't take the layup. Is because there's that chance I may miss it, or somebody blocks it or whatever, and my incentive is based off of my field goal percentage being 70%. So if I get any lower than 70%, I'll miss out on like a $500,000 bonus. And so I'm sure it's the same as in the NFL. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's the reason Antonio Brown went wild, because they wouldn't let him in the game. I had said something about he had a incentive that was like real about to kick in. Had he got like I can't remember how many more yards, and so the coach kept him out the game because I guess he didn't want to pay him, and so he got mad that he wasn't getting in the game. They weren't throwing the ball to him, so he was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's why they start doing all these advanced analytics, so they can really monitor how close people are to having to get this bonus that they're going to give them.
Of course, you need an argument why you can't pay somebody. That's all. I mean, they're managing a budget. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen Genius?
I've not seen Genius yet. I've not had the TV to myself to watch it.
3 episodes. I watched it. I'll reserve my comments, but I would love to get your perspective for sure.
For sure. I'm gonna make it a point to at least watch one of the episodes this week before next week.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it'd be cool if at least I think it'd be cool if we decided we were going to watch a show and take 5 minutes out of each episode on this podcast to discuss the show episode by episode.
All right, what's the show?
I don't know. It has to be on like Amazon or HBO Max because those are the only 2 I got on my phone, and I ain't no way I'm gonna be able to get to my TV by myself.
I'm open. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to suggestions. So to all the viewers, throw us some suggestions on what platforms are you on, Jason?
I mean, I have them all, but the ones that I can watch at because HBO Max and Amazon are the only ones I pay for.
Rotating them. That's all.
Yeah, those are the only ones I pay for. I use one of my sister's Disney Plus, my other sister's Netflix. At the moment, I also have Apple TV Plus for free from getting this iPhone, so it could be on there too. I don't have Peacock or which I need to get Peacock because I definitely want to watch Bel Air. I still haven't watched that yet. Peacock, Paramount Plus, all those other ones. It's too many. It's too many. So, yeah, but yeah, one of these we'll find a show to watch, and we'll talk about it. Speaking of shows, though, my Facebook memories reminded me of a March Madness bracket we did last year for this show. It was the TV show theme song bracket, and that was fun. And I was halfway debating, are we doing another bracket this year?
Hey, let's do it. Okay, let's do another bracket.
What we gonna do?
We can do sneakers.
Ooh.
Let's throw some ideas out there.
I feel like Jordan 11s are gonna win that one.
Okay.
They're not my favorite Jordans, but they
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, my favorite. I'm a 13 fiend myself.
Okay.
I love 13. Cereal.
Okay. I have some experts I can bring in for that one.
Experts?
Yeah, I got some experts I can bring in for that one.
Some cereal experts. That's what
Absolutely. I you know what? I definitely have some experts. Cereal I'm open to for sure.
Cereal. We can do. It depends how big are we trying to get a full bracket, or are we trying to just, we trying to get a full field?
It can be all right. Hear me out. It can be breakfast foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
One quad is cereals. They all go against each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
One quad is like, I don't know, like the cooked stuff, like pancakes, waffles. You know what I'm saying? French toast. Mm-hmm. One thing could be like the smoothies. I don't know. Maybe that's all we need. I don't know. We can kind of. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to regionalize it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The cereal bracket, the sweet bracket, the savory bracket.
Yeah. And we let them run it out, and then when they get done, then we can put them all against each other.
Okay. Well, that means we're gonna have to. The majority of it's gonna be cereal, though. If we getting 64,
all right, let's just do cereal. But look, all right. What about the brands? There's Post, Kellogg, General Mills.
Post, Kellogg, General Mills, and No,
The
that's
store
kosher.
brands, the hood store brands, you got to put them in there.
Listen, them store brands be
Store
slapping
brands,
sometimes.
the Target brands, come on,
Man,
now.
let me tell you something. That Save a Lot brand, you ain't no life until you know what Cocoa Comets tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
Cocoa Comets, that's the Save a Lot's Cocoa Puffs. They crunch a little bit more and they don't get as soggy as fast.
Okay. All right. So same way we ask for show ideas, we can let's ask for cereal ideas. We'll throw our own in. So next week when we come through, come prepared with. I need you to roll off 10.
We'll roll off 10. Roll
All
off
right,
10.
I got 10
You know what?
for you as well.
I'm gonna ask the good people on Facebook and my good people on Instagram.
All right.
What cereals would you put on a March Madness bracket? And we're gonna do it the same way we did it last year. Every day we're gonna have what, 8 cereals go up against each other.
Okay.
And we're gonna figure it out.
Okay, let's do it. All right. I'm looking forward to that one. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be, hey man, listen. It's one thing we're gonna do. We're gonna find out what the best cereal is today.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait,
that's what we're
so
gonna
all
do.
right, can I get a prediction?
All right, go ahead.
I'm asking.
Go. Oh, do you want my prediction?
Yeah.
I think people are going to choose Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. All right. People are going to choose Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What is your favorite? Or what is the best to you? The best to you?
I'm an old man now, man. So I take my basic 4 and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Good for your heart. The brand.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Just give me some, the almond slices, the granola, the clusters.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm joking. My favorite cereal is peanut butter crunch.
Peanut butter crunch. Okay.
It most definitely will destroy your mouth.
Yeah. That's why I can't rock with it. The roof of your mouth is done.
The roof of your mouth will be destroyed. So yeah. But yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's what it is. It's gonna be cereal. It's gonna be cereal.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, shoot. We got like 12 minutes left, and my battery on my computer just so happens to be dying quickly. So what you got coming up, kid? What you had some? It's been a long time, man. What's going on in Kevland?
Man, I've just been working. I'm at my job. I rotate from experience to experience. Right now, I'm in experience where we're kind of doing some management, running a retail operation, and so it's been cool. So my schedule's a little off, a little different. I'm figuring it out, but like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to the spring. We'll be leaning back into Embrace Sports organization for kids, teaching them non-traditional sports. Leaning back into people serving people. One of the largest shelters for families experiencing homelessness, and then just leaning back into life as well. And so trying to balance those things and keep it moving.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
What you got?
Oh man,
Where can the people find you, man? I know you've been doing shows.
Yeah, man, I'm back out here, man. I'm back out here doing comedy. I did a show recently. I was so rusty. I said never again. Never again. I forgot some of my jokes. Not the joke itself. I forgot the order of my set. So I was like, yeah, I can't go this long no more. Matter of fact, when we done, I'm probably gonna get up and go tell some jokes somewhere. But I am registered in the World Series of Comedy competition.
Okay.
Which is a comedy competition. It lasts from now till September. I had to submit a comedy clip. And based on my comedy clip, they're gonna score it. And then they have different shows throughout the rest of the year leading up till September, all around the country. So there's the first 2 shows. I didn't register late. I uploaded my video late, so I wasn't eligible for the first 2 to be considered for the first 2 shows. First one was in Ohio, second one was in Atlanta. They have one in Arizona, they have one in San Diego, they have one in Boston, they have one in Minnesota. out there by you. They have one
we
in
got you.
Texas. Yeah, they're all over. So if I get chosen to be on one of those shows, I fly out there. I perform. It's either going to add more points to my score or take some points away from my score if I don't do good, which that's not going to happen. It's going to add more points to my score. And in September, I believe the big show, like the top 101 comedians off of that, are going to perform. Every comedian that's in the competition is invited out there, but the top 101 is going to perform and be eligible to win like the bag. And that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, it's in Vegas. Yeah, and I personally have never been to Vegas before.
Is it Labor Day weekend?
I'll get you that information. Because if you're trying to come, then the more the merrier. Because like I said, I've never been to Vegas before. I want to go see Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak while they at their residency. Turn that business trip into a little bit of fun. But yeah, it's a cool opportunity, and I also like the fact that the organization that's doing it, that the week in September when we're out in Vegas, it's like a whole comedian conference, just giving you tips and stuff about being a road comedian, not like as far as like being funny or anything, but like how to manage your finances while you're on the road, things like that, like how to find better hotels, the best way to travel while you're on the road, like a road comedian, for those who don't know, is comedians who make their living out of like not where they live. They will go everywhere else. I live here, so let's say I live here in Detroit, but I say 3 weeks out the month, I am everywhere but my house. Like hotel to hotel, motel, somebody couch, whatever the case may be, and then I'm back home. So yeah, they have a seminar that talks about that. There's a lot of networking going on between all the comedians from around the country. Comedy show bookers from the comedy clubs that all around the country will be there. You can rub elbows with them. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Like I said, I've never been to Vegas before, so what better way reason to go than doing comedy?
Absolutely. I'm there, man. Let me know. I'm there.
For sure. But yeah, other than that, I do got some shows coming up this Thursday. I am at Soul of Detroit in Sterling Heights. I'm headlining that show. I also have a show. I believe I have that's a birthday party, so I probably shouldn't even tell everybody about that because they ain't invited. I got a show April 1st. I have a lot of shows coming up. I'll just start posting flyers up on my page so y'all can see them. But yeah, I got some stuff coming up, and then summer is coming. So if you're trying to get in shape for the summertime, right about now, if you're trying to see significant change, right about now is about the time to get to it. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, people can find me on Instagram at Hercules Jackson, or on Twitter at _KevB_.
All right. Well, that's what's up. And people can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of them right here. The Jason Experience. Except on everything else, it's all pushed together as one word. All right. So yeah. Well, it was good talk to y'all again. I'm about to end this like it's a Mr. Rogers episode or something. It's nice talking to y'all again. Thanks, friends, for stopping by. Yeah, y'all stay up. I don't know why I feel like that should have been the ending. Y'all stay up. Stay up, y'all. But yeah, come back next week. Remember, Tuesdays, 8:00 now. We are not here on Mondays no more. Tuesday, 8:00. Come watch the Jason Jamerson podcast featuring Kev BJ, my man Kevin Jackson, my cousin. And yeah, y'all be safe and peace out. Ending broadcast now.